yours truly, Brandon Thompson, is back to talk about Top Gun Maverick, which was directed by Joseph Kosinski and stars Tom Cruise, Jennifer Connelly, Miles Teller. Such a fantastic cast. There has been a lot of hype surrounding this film that has been in the making for 36 years. It was delayed constantly. There was talk of it even back in like 2010 when Tom Cruise was attached at one point, and Tony Scott, the director of the original film, was originally attached to direct this film. And of course, due to his tragic suicide, Tony Scott, rest in peace, and of course faced more delays. It eventually got into production, and of course with the pandemic, it was further delayed. But after quite a long wait, we finally got a sequel to the '86 classic. After serving 30 plus years as a naval aviator, Pete Mitchell, aka Maverick, played once again by Tom Cruise, is called to Top Gun to train a new generation of pilots for a dangerous mission that seems nearly impossible. I'm just gonna get this right off the bat. Top Gun Maverick is easily one of my favorite theater-going experiences in recent years. I would go so far as to say that this is superior to the original in every way possible. And I honestly haven't seen an action film that has blown me away this much since possibly Mission Impossible Fallout. The action sequences are very impressive, and it's no secret that they were flying actual fighter jets, and they're beautifully shot both out and in the cockpit. And there was not like one single moment where I was like, that's fake or computer or anything like that. I like how they tried to get the action in camera as much as possible. As far as the cast goes, I mean, Tom Cruise is awesome as Maverick, and he goes through a bit of an arc in this film, especially when it comes to Miles Teller's character, Rooster, who is the son of Goose in the original movie. And there's definitely a feud between those characters, and they definitely have some bad blood, but then by the third act, they eventually come to terms with their difficult relationship and actually work together to solve a problem, which I won't give away because spoilers. But I love their relationship in this film, and it's definitely one of the interesting aspects of the story. And he has a good relationship with Jennifer Connelly, who is a pretty good replacement for Kelly McGillis in the original film. Some of the other characters are pretty good as well. I mean, Hangman, he's a complete asshole, but he redeems himself by the end. He's kind of like the replacement Iceman, who was Val Kilmer's character in the original movie. Val Kilmer is also in this film briefly as Iceman, and it's really good to see him. But it's really sad what's happened to Val Kilmer in recent years because of his throat cancer. I highly recommend checking out the Val documentary. That's really, really good. I also really like Phoenix and Bob, although I thought Bob was a pretty strange call sign. I'm like, that's your call sign? I mean, that's not a nitpick. I was like, pretty interesting, but also weird at the same time. It's kind of odd. If there's one thing that this film does that trumps the original in almost every way, it definitely improves on storytelling, especially when it involves Maverick and Rooster's relationship. And I like how this film actually gets us to care about these characters. And sure, I mean, in the original, you did care about like most of the characters, like Maverick, Goose, Iceman, and Charlie. But you do care about all of the characters, and that's what I really like about this film. It's kind of interesting that this film has 4 composers. I mean, you have Harold Faltermeyer, who composed the score to the original film. You have Hans Zimmer, Lauren Balfe, who recently provided the score for Mission Impossible Fallout, and Lady Gaga, who does provide one song for the film. Although I'm not sure what other music she did for the film outside of just one song. I would say the score for the most part is pretty good. I do love the score for the original film, and I do bring back themes from the original film, which definitely will bring back a lot of nostalgia for the fans. As far as the cinematography and sound mixing goes, I mean, especially when you see the fighter jets just go off, and I'm just like, good lord. Especially when you see the characters in the cockpit. I mean, there's not a single shot where it just looks bad or nothing, barely any shaky cam at all. I would be baffled if this film wasn't even nominated for an Oscar for its cinematography. I mean, at least give it a nomination, or I would be pissed off if it wasn't even nominated. There's not really much else I can say. I really love this film. It's one of the best sequels in recent years. It should definitely be up there for, like, top 10 best sequels of all time, in my personal opinion anyway. There's just so much that I love about this film. I love the cast. I love how the story improves over the original. I love the music. I love the action sequences, the cinematography, and how the sound is just beautifully mixed. Definitely give an Oscar nomination for the sound mixing, because just hearing the jets go off and just... that is just music to my ears. And... Top Gun Maverick is definitely one of those perfect sequels. And if by any chance have you not gone and see this film, short version is, get out and go see this film as soon as you can. So of course you know what this means. Top Gun Maverick gets an A+. Hallelujah. 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 What did you think of Top Gun Maverick? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new films, of course, you know where to find me.